The Lives of the Saints by Father Alban Butler, March 27th, St. Rupert of Salzburg. He was by birth a Frenchman and of royal blood, but still more illustrious for his learning and the extraordinary virtues he practiced from his youth. He exercised himself in austere fasting, watching, and other mortifications, was a great lover of chastity and temperance, and so charitable as always to impoverish himself to enrich the poor. His reputation drew persons from remote provinces to receive his advice and instructions. He removed all their doubts and scruples, comforted the afflicted, cured the sick, and healed the disorders of souls. So distinguished a merit raised him to the episcopal see of Worms, but that people, being for the most part idolaters, could not bear the luster of such a sanctity, which condemned their irregularities and superstitions. They beat him with rods, loaded him with all manner of outrages, and expelled him the city. But God prepared for him another harvest. Theodo, Duke of Bavaria, hearing of his reputation and miracles, sent messengers to him, earnestly beseeching him to come and preach the gospel to the Bavarians or Bavarians. This happened 2 years after his expulsion from Worms, during which interval he had made a journey to Rome. He was received at Ratisbon by Theodo and his court with all possible distinction in 697, and found the hearts both of the nobles and people docile to the word of God. The Christian faith had been planted in that country 200 years before by Saint Severinus, the Apostle of Noricum. After his death, heresies and heathenish superstitions had entirely extinguished the light of the gospel. Bagentrude, sister of Duke Theodo, being a Christian, disposed her brother and the whole country to receive the faith. Rupert, with the help of other zealous priests whom he had brought with him, instructed and after a general fast, baptized the Duke Theodo and the lords and people of the whole country. God confirmed his preaching by many miracles. He converted also to Christianity the neighboring nations. After Ratisbon, the capital, the second chief seat of his labors was Lauriacum, now called Lorch, where he healed several diseases by prayer and made many converts. However, it was not Lorch, nor the old Reginum, thence called Regensburg, now Ratisbon, the capital of all those provinces, that was pitched upon to be the seat of the saint's bishopric, but old Juvavia, then almost in ruins, since rebuilt and called Salzburg. The Duke Theodo adorned and enriched it with many magnificent donations, which enabled St. Rupert to found there several rich churches and monasteries. After the prince's death, his son Theodebert, or Diotper, inheriting his zeal and piety, augmented considerably the revenues of this church. St. Rupert took a journey into France to procure a new supply of able laborers, and brought back to Salzburg 12 holy missionaries, with his niece St. Erentrude, a virgin consecrated to God, for whom he built a great monastery called Nunberg, of which she was the first abbess. St. Rupert labored several years in this see, and died happily on Easter Day, which fell that year on the 27th of March, after he had said Mass and preached, on which day the Roman and other martyrologies mention him. His principal festival is kept with the greatest solemnity in Austria and Bavaria on the 25th of September, the day of one of the translations of his relics, which are kept in the church under his name in Salzburg. Mabillon and Boultot, upon no slight grounds, think this saint to have lived a whole century later than is commonly supposed, and that he founded the church of Salzburg about the year 700. See his life, published by Canisius, Henschinius, and Mabillon, with the notes of the last mentioned editor.